to the next video. So today we will discuss about Van 't Hoff factor. In the previous video we have discussed about the colligative properties, different colligative properties of the solution, and I have told you that the colligative properties are the property which depends upon the number of particles present in a solution irrespective of their nature. So in this video, in continuation of that previous video, that is the colligative property, we will discuss about Van 't Hoff factor. So what does actually Van 't Hoff want to say? So what is Van 't Hoff factor? So Van 't Hoff has observed that in the colligative property there are some correction is needed, because in the colligative properties every time for all the solution the measured value, means whatever value we are observing, that is not correct. That is not correct. Why? Due to association and dissociation of the solute particle. So Van 't Hoff has told that there is a correction term if we will multiply with the colligative property, means in the formula of the colligative property, then we will get the actual colligative property. So let's start from the Van 't Hoff factor. So Van 't Hoff factor is generally denoted as I, small I. So what are the correction he has done and what are the formula he has designed for the I? Means how we can find out the I value. First of all, he told that I is equals to normal molar mass by abnormal molar mass, So what do you mean by the normal molar mass and the abnormal molar mass? Because he has told here that I is equals to normal molar mass by abnormal molar mass. So how, in which case we will say it is normal molar mass, and in which case we will tell it as the abnormal molar mass. Remember, normal molar mass is the calculated value. It is the calculated value from the formula. For example, if we are taking CH3COOH, okay, COOH. So from its formula, if we will see, that is 12 plus 3 plus, means 3 hydrogen 3, carbon 12, 2 oxygen are there, 32 plus 1. So if we will total this value, what we will get? 12 plus 12, 24, plus 32 plus 3 plus 1, 4. So here we will get what? 60. So this is called as the what? This is called as normal molar mass. Means the molar mass which is calculated from its formula is known as normal molar mass. Now what is abnormal molar mass? We know that there are different colligative properties are there. Different colligative properties, for example, first one is the P0 minus P by P0, P0 minus P by P0 equals to what? Mole fraction of B. Mole fraction of B. So this is the one colligative property, that is the depression in that is the relative lowering in vapor pressure. Similarly, delta TB equals to what? KB into M. Similarly, delta TF is equals to what? KF into M. What is M? Molality. And similarly, osmotic pressure equals to CRT. So these are the formula for calculating the colligative property, which we have discussed in our previous video. So in this case, what we observe, that we are measuring the colligative property from some formula. So here in the formula you can see we can also calculate from the Van 't Hoff factor. Actually, what is the importance of Van 't Hoff factor? Van 't Hoff factor is used to calculate the molar mass. So here XB means what? Number of moles of mole fraction of solute. So in the mole fraction, number of moles is equals to what? Given mass by molar mass. So here we can find out the molar mass also. we can find out the molar mass. So whatever molar mass is find out by this formula, whatever molar mass is find out from this formula is known as abnormal molar mass. That is called as the abnormal molar mass or the experimental molar mass. That is called as the experimental value of molar mass. This is the theoretical this is the calculated from the formula. This normal molar mass is the molar mass calculated from the formula. And what is abnormal molar mass? The molar mass calculated from the formula of colligative property. Formula of colligative property, that is called as the abnormal molar mass, because I have told you colligative property is directly proportional to the number of moles of solute. Number of moles of solute means what? Given mass by molar mass. So whatever the molar mass is coming from this formula, those are called as abnormal molar mass or experimental molar mass. But whenever we are talking about the normal molar mass, means the molar mass calculated from the formula, calculated from this formula. Okay, so this is the calculated molar mass, this is the experimentally calculated molar mass, this is experimentally calculated molar mass. So this is the difference between normal molar mass and abnormal molar mass. So next formula, I equals to what? Observe colligative property, observe colligative property, by calculated, observed colligative property by calculated colligative property, calculated colligative property, colligative property. Clear? So the second formula is, what is the second formula? The second formula is that observed colligative property by calculated colligative property. Now see, one thing is there, here we are writing observed colligative property, okay, and calculated colligative property. Calculated colligative property we are getting from this one, from this formula. Observed means experimentally what we are observing, that is observed colligative property. But actually there is a confusion between observed and calculated, means which is calculated, this one is the actual one, this one is normal one, or observed is normal one. This is the big confusion in this case. So how we can justify the observed and calculated? Remember, calculated means we are getting from this formula, that is the calculated colligative property, and observed means what? Experimentally when we are doing the experiment, at that time whatever value we are observing, that is called as the observed colligative property. So remember, easy way is to remember this one, here normal molar mass, but here observed colligative property is the abnormal molar mass. Why? Because whenever we are writing, for example, this colligative property, because we know that there are 4 colligative property. This is the lowering, relative lowering in vapor pressure, elevation in boiling point, depression in freezing point, osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure is equals to what? C means what? N by V, number of moles of solute by V, NB by V. So NB can be written as what? Given mass, or we can say write it as a WB by what? MB into V. So here the osmotic pressure is inversely proportional to molar mass. Osmotic pressure is inversely proportional to molar mass. Clear? Means here we can say that the colligative property is inversely proportional to molar mass. That's why if here we are writing observed colligative property by calculative colligative property, it means this is the abnormal colligative property, and this is the normal colligative property. This is the normal colligative property. Clear? Means here we are writing normal by abnormal, but here we will write abnormal by normal. So here abnormal is the observed value and here calculated is the normal value. Clear? But here I here is normal molar mass by abnormal molar mass. Why? Because the colligative property is inversely proportional to the mole fraction of the solute. Is inversely proportional to the mole fraction of the solute. Clear? That's why if here we are writing normal molar mass by abnormal molar mass, but in this case we will write abnormal colligative property by normal colligative property, or we can say observed colligative property by calculated colligative property. Means here the observed colligative property is abnormal and the calculated colligative property is normal. Clear to all? Okay. Next value I. Next is this is in the case of there are some solute are there. When we are preparing their solution, they are either dissociating or associating. For example, when we are taking NaCl, we know that in the aqueous solution of NaCl, it dissociates into Na plus and Cl minus. They will dissociate into Na plus and Cl minus. Clear? So whenever we are taking the sodium chloride, they are dissociating in the aqueous solution into Na plus and Cl minus. Clear? So here the dissociation or association again depends upon the nature of solvent. There are some solute which dissociate in a particular solvent, but there are that particular solute will also associate in some other solvent. Means whether dissociation or association will take place, that will completely depends upon what? Depends upon the nature of the solvent. So what happened? The next formula I equals to number of moles of solute after dissociation or association. After dissociation or association, DA means dissociation or association, by number of moles of solute, solute or particle before dissociation or association. Okay, so this is the third formula that the Ventov factor is equals to number of moles of solute after dissociation or association, or by number of moles of solute before dissociation or association. So we can say that the Ventov factor, whenever the solute are dissociating or associating in a particular solvent, then the Ventov factor will be equals to the ratio of number of moles of solute after dissociation or association by number of moles of solute before dissociation or association. Clear? So this is the third one. Now we will discuss the fourth one. Fourth formula, I equals to sum of all the particles in a solution. Clear? So I can also be find out by the summation of all the particles present in a solution. Means what it means? It means that number of particles which are left in the reactant side plus number of particles remain in the reactant side plus the number of particles formed in the product side. When we are adding these two, then we are getting the Ventov factor. So I is equals to sum of all the particles present in a solution. So this is all about the formula of I. Means by which formula we can find out the I. Number one, normal by abnormal molar mass. Second is the abnormal colligative property by normal colligative property, or we can say observed colligative property by calculated colligative property. Third one is number of moles of solute after dissociation or association by number of moles of solute before dissociation or association. And the last one is I equals to sum of all the particles present in a solution. Clear? So these are the formulas for the Ventov factor. Means how we can calculate I from the different formula. Next, then what is the significance of I? Significance of I. Significance of I means the significance of Ventov factor. If I equals to 1, if I equals to 1, clear? If I value is equals to 1, clear? It means what? Normal by abnormal molar mass is same. Normal by abnormal, it means observed colligative property by calculated colligative property is same. It means there is no association or dissociation. No association or dissociation. No association, no dissociation. Dissociation. Clear? So if the I value is exactly equals to 1, there will be no association or no dissociation. If I value is greater than 1, if I value is greater than 1, clear? If I value is greater than 1, then there will be dissociation. Then there will be dissociation. Dissociation. Clear? Why there will be dissociation? When dissociation will take place, number of particle will increase, because we know that suppose there is AB, this is one molecule. One molecule. From one molecule we are getting 2 ions, means 2 particle we are getting. So when there will be dissociation, the number of particle will increase. So when the number of particle will increase, to compensate this colligative property to remain same, the colligative property will remain same, what happened? The molar mass will decrease. If this value, number of particle, n value will increase, n value is directly proportional to mass, inversely proportional to molar mass. So the molar mass will decrease. Molar mass will be decreased. So when the molar mass decrease, what we know that? Molar mass, I equals to what? Normal by abnormal. So abnormal molar mass will decreasing. So if abnormal molar mass is decreasing from the normal molar mass, means I value will be greater than 1. If normal abnormal is same, then I value equals to 1. No association, no dissociation. But when we can see that in this case, when the number of particle is increasing, number of particle is inversely proportional to molar mass. So if here what happened? If the number of particle is increasing, molar mass will decrease. So when the molar mass decreases, means the abnormal molar mass is decreasing than that of normal molar mass. That's why I will be greater than 1. I will be greater than 1. Similarly, when I is less than 1, when I is less than 1, then this is association. Then there will be association. Association. Correct? So remember one thing, whenever there will be dissociation, the I value, the Ventov factor will be greater than 1. Okay. Why? Because normal by abnormal. Normal by abnormal means abnormal molar mass is decreasing. That's why it is greater than 1. But now if there will be association, association means the number of particle is decreasing. It means the molar mass will increase, so that the osmotic pressure will remain same. So the molar mass is increasing. So when the molar mass increases, abnormal molar mass increases than n, then what happened? Definitely it will be I value will be less than 1, and that will be the association. And another thing you remember, if greater than 1, then dissociation. Dissociation. So you have to put the values like that. If there is dissociation, means the numerator will be greater than the denominator. The numerator will be greater than the denominator. And if there will be association, then the numerator is smaller than the dissociation. If you are facing problem in observed by calculated or normal by abnormal, if you are facing confusion, there is a trick. Just you remember, In case of dissociation, the numerator will having greater value. In case of association, the numerator having smaller value than that of denominator. Clear? So in case of dissociation, the numerator value will be greater than the denominator value. But in case of association, the numerator value is smaller than that of denominator value. Clear? So this is the significance of I. Now we will consider the case of dissociation. Dissociation case. In case of dissociation, suppose there is a solute AB. When they are dissociating, they are giving number of moles of ions, few number of moles of ions. Okay, so whenever the solute is dissociating, dissociation will take place, number of moles of ions, it gives number of moles of ions. So if this will be considered as, initially it is considered as 1, the mole fraction is considered as 1, so it will be 0. Clear? When AB equals to 1, number of moles of ions will be 0, because now it is not dissociated. Initial condition. Initially when the dissociation do not starts, at that time AB equals to 1, so it is 0. Now what happened? Alpha amount of ions has formed. So in that case, what we can write? How much has left? It is 1 minus alpha has left. 1 minus total is 1. From that alpha amount has formed. So what is the remaining amount of AB? 1 minus alpha. Total amount is 1. From that alpha amount has formed. So what is the remaining amount? 1 minus alpha. So 1 minus alpha. And now here one term will be written as M. What is M? What do you mean by M? M means number of ions. M is number of ions. So what is number of ions? For example, here AB when dissociate into A plus and B minus. So here how many ions are forming? 2 ions are forming. 1 plus 1, 2. 2 ions will form. So here the M value will be equals to 2. M value equals to 2. For example, if there is NaCl, it gives Na plus Cl minus. So here M equals to 2. But suppose there will be MgCl2. So what it will give? Mg plus 2Cl minus, means here M value will be 1 plus 2, M value will be 3. Similarly, if there is Fe4, FeCN whole 6. So this is 4 ions, and this single entity is a 1 ion. So why this is single entity? Because this is a coordination complex. So coordination complex means this is a single entity. So 4 plus 1, M is equals to 5. Here M equals to 5. So what is M? M is the number of ions after association or dissociation. What is M? Number of ions after dissociation or association. After dissociation or association, that is equals to M. Okay, so that's why, because we don't know that how many ions we are getting. It depends upon the solute. That the solute will give how much number of ions. That's why we have taken as M alpha. Clear? So according to the last formula I, I is equals to what? Last formula, 4 formula I have told you. Normal by abnormal molar mass, observed by calculated colligative property, and in the third I have told number of moles of particles after dissociation association by number of particles before dissociation and association, and I have told you total number of particles present in a solution. So after dissociation, this is the number of particles of the reactant left, so 1 minus alpha, okay, and here plus number of ions produced, m alpha, clear. So what we can write, I equals to, if we will take common, if we will take the alpha common, what we will get? If alpha will be taken as common, then it is m minus 1, alpha will be taken common, so m minus 1, okay. So we can write it, like this, I minus 1 equals to what? Alpha into m minus 1. So alpha can be written as I minus 1 by m minus 1. So this is the formula for dissociation. This is the, and this alpha is called as degree of dissociation. Degree of dissociation. Degree of dissociation. Alpha equals to degree of dissociation. So degree of dissociation, in case of dissociation case, degree of dissociation, the degree of dissociation equals to I minus 1 by m minus 1. So this is the formula for the dissociation case. Next, similarly, if we will see the case of the association, association. So in case of association, again AB when associated gives number of particles, gives some number of particles, but since they are associating means what? Since they are associating, for example AB, okay, AB, if it is 1, initially it is 0, number of particles is 0. When it is 1, then it is initially it is 0. But suppose alpha amount has associated, but we know that if there will be association, suppose two molecules are there, A plus B equals to what? AB, or we can set AA, associate and becomes a single molecule. So here two ions are associating into one, two solute particles are associating to form one solute particle. So that's why here what happened, it is alpha by 2, so here it is 1 minus alpha, means, since generally here we are taking the case of dimer means from two particles formation of one particle, from two particles formation of one particle. So that is called as the dimerization. So here what happened, from the two particles there will be formation of one particle. That's why from one particle it is 1 by 2 particle is forming. That's why if we are writing alpha amount is associating, then it will form alpha by 2 amount. Clear? So whenever two particles are associating, it gives one particle. So if one particle will associate, it will give 1 by 2 particle. Similarly, if alpha particle is associating, it will give alpha by 2. That's why 1 minus alpha equals to alpha by 2. And clear, it is alpha by 2. Next, now we will go to the formula. In this way we will put it. In this way, if we will put it, here we can put it M, why M? It may be 2, It may be 3. It is not like that always it is dimer. It may be what? Trimer. It may be tetramer. That's why we will put here M. We will put here M. So what we can write? I equals to 1 minus alpha plus M alpha by 2. M alpha by 2. So I equals to what we can write? I equals to alpha will be taken common, M by 2 minus 1, M by 2 minus 1. So I minus 1 is equals to alpha M by 2 minus 1. So this imply what? In case of association, degree of association is equals to what? I minus 1 by M by 2 minus 1, and this is the formula for degree of association. Degree of association equals to I minus 1 by M by 2 minus 1. I minus 1 by M by 2 minus 1. This is for association. This is for association. The degree of association can be find out from this formula. And in case of already you have studied about the acid and base constant, dissociation constant of acid and base. Dissociation constant of acid and base. So what is the dissociation constant of acid? That is Ka. This will be equals to what? This will be equals to C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. Similarly, the dissociation constant of base is equals to C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. So these are the other equation of the acid and bases, and this is called as the acid constant and this is called as the base constant. Now remember, if the alpha is equals to 1, it means that 100% association or dissociation. Whenever alpha is equals to 1, it means there will be complete dissociation or association, and it is 100%. So here if alpha is equals to 1, then I will be equals to M. Then I will be equals to M. Clear? I will be equals to M. So this is the concept of alpha. Clear? Now at last, Ventov factor, corrected Ventov factor, Ventov equation, corrected Ventov equation, not factor, equation. Okay, so what are the corrected Ventov equation? Number 1, the relative lowering in vapor pressure can be written as delta P by P naught is equals to I into xi B. Similarly, second one, delta TB is equals to I into KB into M. So M is here molality. Third equation, delta TF is equals to I into KF into M, that is molality. And fourth one is the pi, that is the osmotic pressure, is equals to I into CRT. So we know that when I is equals to 1, no association and dissociation, no association or no dissociation. In that case, we will use this normal formula of the colligative property. But if there will be association and dissociation, then we have to introduce this correction factor, that is called as Ventov factor. So this is all about this chapter. We have discussed all the aspects of this chapter. In one more video, I will just tell you the numericals of colligative property and Ventov factor. Thank you.